on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you the most in-depth action figure reviews here on YouTube. And today we're taking a look at the WWE Mattel Ultimate Edition Series 25. We have the Great Muta. If you are interested in grabbing this figure, it is now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. And you guys sharp use promo code FORLIFE to save 10% off your order. I'll be honest with you guys. I am not a Muta aficionado. I couldn't even tell you if I've seen a Muta match, so this is definitely not in my wheelhouse. But I know a lot of you hardcore collectors are very excited for this figure. I'm going to do my best to go on full on in depth for you guys to see what this figure has to offer. But he does look pretty awesome, I will say. Even as a guy knowing nothing about Muta, I've maybe seen him in like the WCW days where he was in the NWO, which I'm excited for that Monday Night Wars Elite coming out. But like I said, big part of wrestling history. I know a lot of you guys are big fans, but just looking at him as a character here, look at how toyetic he looks, man. The entrance gear, you have 3 heads, 1 spitting the mist, the hands. So this is going to be a fun one to go through. Like I said, I'm going to try my best to go full on in depth for you guys. But as far as the packaging for the Great Muta, you get your standard Ultimate Edition box with a white outlay, Ultimate Edition logo, you get the Muta nameplate at the top as well as on the side, the Great Muta. The image of Muta here in the red. On the back, you'll see the figure photography as well as the image of Muta, some stats, and a little read-up if you guys like to pause and take a look at it. Just to let you guys know, this is the standard version here in the red. There is a chase version in the black and white gear, so if you are more of a fan of that, there's an option for you guys too. But here we have the standard for your figure review here today. So enough chatting. Let's get this figure out of the box and see what it's all about. Here he is. We have the Great Muta out of the packaging. Let's see if this is another one of Bill McKenna's masterpieces. So interchangeable hands. You get some different hands for this Muta figure. You'll get this kind of like different like gesturing hand here. You'll see it does have like finger tape sculpted on there, which looks really, really good. You also do get kind of just a plain like grappling hand here on the other side. The other hands, again, very different. I'm not a Muta aficionado, so I don't really know the context of it, but you'll have the 2 fingers with the finger tape on there for him, as well as a pointing hand. I believe these are newly sculpted hands for Muta himself. As far as the entrance gear, looks really nice here. The helmet, or the mask, excuse me, actually just slides right over, and it goes over pretty good. Once you get it in the position you want, you can see the eyes coming through. I feel like generally Mattel figures, when they have like a plastic mask, either they sit too high or they sit too low, and you don't get the eyes coming through. I really do like how that looks. And it's just a piece of red plastic here sculpted. It has some nice detailing here with some like rivets, some different sculpts here. On the back, it's just kind of plain red. And I did try this before, and it like popped off the head. So let's see. All right, so I was able to slide the head off, the mask off. You can get a look at it off of the figure to see how it looks. Not hard plastic, but it does. The first time I tried this, I popped the head right off, so it came out pretty easily. The entrance jacket looks pretty good, and this is something we're seeing new. I always complain about tying these ropes, so they used Velcro for this figure, where it kind of like sits on there and looks like it's tied, which I appreciate. I don't know if that was the look they were going for, but I do like that makes my life a little easier. You'll get the logos here on the front and the design on the back, the red sculpting around here as far as the stitching. And it removes pretty easily off the figure. Nice soft goods, looks pretty good to me. Nice and premium feel to it. And we'll get it off of the figure, and we'll continue to take a look at his actual ringy here. But before we do, let's get one look at this soft goods jacket off of the figure, make it all nice and neat for you guys. Again, there is a chase variant, so I think the jacket's the same. I don't remember, to be honest with you guys. But you do get 3 interchangeable heads. We'll get our Muta back up. You kind of like the straight face head here with the red face paint. You also do get kind of another, I guess, is that a tongue out? I can't tell. It looks like a tongue out here. And then the head that a lot of you guys want to see, and of course the mist fell out, but you have the mist head here for him to do the mist spray. Let's get that on there for the effect. You can see it will just kind of pour it in, similar to that effect we got with the Ultimate Edition Bill Goldberg. If you guys want to look at it, sits in there okay. I feel like it was kind of like out of his mouth in the packaging, but if you guys want a quick look at all the heads close up, I'll try to turn this head from the side so you got to look at all 3, but nicely sculpted here. 3 very different heads. The hair for Muta seems to be the same on all 3 head sculpts. I think I would love to keep him displayed with a mist, but I also do like the entrance gear, so I feel like that's going to be a decision you're going to have to make when you get your Muta here. Skin tone looks a little different. I don't know. It has a little bit of a different skin tone than I'm used to. It does have the chest hair. I do appreciate that. I feel like Mattel has kind of been skimping on some of the Elite figures with the chest hair. I forgot to mention, he does come with grappling hands, and the grappling hands also do have that finger tape on there. He does have these like wrist gauntlets painted on here with the red and black, and the rest of the attire just kind of plain red. Nothing else to it. I will say you can notice the different colors between the pants and the crotch piece. You'll see it's like a different shade of red, just slightly darker on the top and a little brighter with the legs. You can even see it here between the thigh piece. But it's pinless legs on it. He does have the white soles. We'll run through the articulation real quick for you guys. The head will fully rotate. Looks up about there. Looks down about there. You do get the 360 ab crunch and waist swivel, or excuse me, diaphragm joint up top. There is butterfly joints here, which feel really nice. You get the bicep cut, the double jointed elbows, which are a little stiff on mine. Hands do rotate and hinge. He does have the drop down hips, kicks up about that much. There is a thigh cut, double jointed pinless legs, which are a little stiff on mine. I feel like it's been hit or miss with those lately. He does have slight articulation up and down. The feet don't seem to want to rock side to side. I wonder if they're the older joints. It does have the toe articulation. The other leg feels pretty good. Let's see how he does the splits on this figure. Not too stiff. You can see how those drop down hips pop up. I believe this knee is probably going to be stiff too, but articulation is decent for Muta here. Next up, I want to swap all these heads on the figure body just to give you a different look. All right, the first head is the one that came on the figure body. You have the straight face scan. Next up, you have that kind of tongue out to the side scan for Muta here. And lastly, what I feel is probably going to be the most popular head for a lot of guys. You have the spitting mist here. We'll turn them off to the side so you can see how that looks. I do like the effect. I would love to see Mattel do more of this. Obviously, one is that Triple H spitting the water from his entrance would be awesome. Starting off our comparisons, we have the Ultimate Muta versus the Ultimate Shinsuke Nakamura figure, two of Japan's biggest stars. Our next comparison is a few WCW early 90s stars. We have the AEW Jazzers Sting here. We also do have the Ultimate Edition Ric Flair, as well as the Legends Lex Luger. If you guys have enjoyed this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Help me get to my goal of 10,000 subs by the end of this year. I appreciate all you guys who keep coming back and watching these video reviews and smashing that subscribe button. Let me know all your thoughts on this Great Muta Ultimate Edition figure. Will it be added to your collection? Do you want the standard version? Do you want the chase? Let me know all your thoughts down below. And don't forget to turn on those notification bells. Stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my channel. So, my personal take on this Muta figure. I hope, one, I was able to do it justice. Like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about the Great Muta, but I do know figures, right? I do have a lot of figures in my collection. I will say this figure is very toyetic. I feel I do like the mist head. I think it does look pretty awesome. They did capture a lot better than the smoke coming out of Goldberg's mouth. I do like the interchangeable hands. They did add some different features to it with the hand tape. The mask is okay. I feel like it does seem a little bit like too much plastic, and you can tell, but I do appreciate that it sits on there pretty good. It's not too snug. The entrance robe is actually really nice. I do like the Velcro on the front. I think for a Muta fan, you're going to be pretty pleased with the finished product. Me personally, it's not in my wheelhouse, so I'm not going to say this is my favorite Ultimate ever, but I do think Bill McKenna and Mattel have done the Great Muta justice with this figure. You're going to be getting more Muta Elites. Who knows, maybe another Ultimate down the road. But I think if you're a Muta fan, I would say go ahead and grab this figure. It is now available on shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. And you guys shop, use promo code 4LIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order. Before you go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at AlexWestCollects. Thank you again for tuning in. I'll catch you all in the next video review.